Why am I nervous making this video? Probably because I know my mom is watching and very angry that I cut my hair. I'm sorry, Mom. So let's talk about hair, because everybody's hair journey is different, right? For the longest time, I have not known anything about my hair. If you were to say, Eilish, please describe your hair, I would say there's a lot of it, which makes it thick, but the hair follicle itself is very fine and very weak. I used to think that I could have this gorgeous, long, healthy, shiny hair. I now realize that's just not my genetics. I was on YouTube the other day because I was figuring out, like, what do I do with my hair? Do I just need to find some kind of ritual that's gonna help my hair to get healthier? Like, is that possible? Can I make my hair healthier? Do I need to get some sort of like heatless rollers and start curling it? What do I need to do to my hair to start liking it again? Because I really was looking in the mirror and hating what I saw. And that's when I found this video, and it was a girl who has the exact same hair as me. And just like me, they had gone through periods of their life, didn't apply any heat tools to it, and thought that it would just make it healthier. But as soon as it grows to a certain point, it's the same story. It's split ends, it's damaged, it's hard to put a brush through it, it's thin, it just doesn't look good, and then it doesn't make you feel good because of it. And it doesn't really matter, although it still helps, doing things like using lightweight oils or a silk pillow, making sure that you don't go to bed with wet hair, blah 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 blah. It helps our hair, but it doesn't magically make it this long, luscious, thick hair all the way down to the ends. Her and I, we just have to accept that that's not our genetics. And until I can afford to get hair extensions like the Mormon wives, I'm never gonna have that long, luscious, healthy hair. So that was one realization that I came to. You can get really carried away with buying all of these hair products. Like, hair products are so expensive. They're like skincare routines. If you get really into it, then you can buy a serum and then a cleanser and then a toner and then a moisturizer and then a morning moisturizer and then a night moisturizer and then an eye cream. It's just like, and on and on and on and on it goes. Same thing with your hair. And so I'm like, do I invest all this money trying to figure out how to work with whatever is going on right now, or do I just start again? And I think you can tell by this baby pony right now that I have chosen to start again. There is only one other time my hair has been this short in my life, and that was after year 9 when I absolutely cooked my hair. My sister gave me her straightener that she used to use for high school, and there was a guy, and one day I straightened my hair and he said I look good. Like, what's that? You say I look good? Like, done. I am gonna straighten my hair every morning before high school just so that you will look at me. That was what was going through my head, and I did in fact absolutely cook my hair. I fried it from like the roots all the way down, and I had hair that was to my waist. And ever since then, I have been trying to grow it that long, and I've always blamed the damaged hair on that time in my life where I was straightening it every day without heat protect to try and impress a boy. That's just so sad, but you know, when you're a teenager, you just do stuff like that. At my house, we didn't have the internet. I couldn't really Google how to look after my hair. I was really just going in blind about it. Years after that, I always wanted my hair to go back to my waist length. And every time that it would get to about the bottom of my ribs, it would just get so dry. It was such a battle to put a brush through it every single day. And I was constantly walking around with greasy hair in my roots and just bone dry hair, like tumbleweed ends. It's really a gross feeling. But basically, I cooked my hair. It was so damaged that a kid came up to me in school and was like, oh, Eilish, I had my hair in a ponytail like this. And they're like, oh, when did you get layers in your hair? I was like, I I haven't. And they're like, oh, well, it looks like you've got layers, because my hair was so damaged that it was snapping in such large, jagged pieces. It looked like I had layers. Are you imagining what that damaged hair looks like right now? Because I can still remember it like it was yesterday. So the solution was to cut it really short, and I was not happy about it. I've always had long hair. Ugh. That and then puberty at the same time, I just felt so uncomfortable, and I always said to myself, like, I'm gonna get my hair that length again. But every time it would get to about my brow line, the same thing would happen. My hair would just be really brittle, it'd be really thin, and it was not a pleasure to work with. But I always thought, oh, it must be still some of those split ends left over. It really wasn't until I watched this YouTube video that I went, oh, okay, it's my hair, it's my genetics. That cannot be helped. Moral of the story, I do not recommend to anyone straightening your hair every day without heat protect. Trust me, it doesn't end well. The other times that I have cut my hair myself, I actually used to do it as a kid. I would be given chewing gum secretly, and then I would chew it when my mom had put me to bed. I fell asleep with the gum in my mouth and woke up and it would be like stuck in my hair, and me and my friend would like go to the girls' bathroom at school, and I would just cut chunks of my hair out and throw it out the bathroom window. There was that, and then there was also whenever I went to my dad's house during the school holidays, he never made me brush my hair, which I absolutely loved, because I hate brushing my hair. When you're a kid, you're like, ow, and mum wasn't around to make me do it, and dad never reinforced it. So for 2 weeks straight, I would just not brush my really long hair, and to avoid getting told off by my mom, I again would just get some scissors and DIY that shit. I'm just gonna cut this. It's fine. And I mean, it worked. I didn't get told off by my mom. I just got questions like, where is your hair? Why are there chunks missing? The other times that I have been probably more experimental with my hair was actually again in high school. I was never allowed to dye my hair, so of course that just made me really want to dye it. I found this silver balayage. Am I saying that right? Well, so sorry if I'm not. But anyways, the ends of the hair were toned and silver and sort of blonde looking. And for my 15th birthday, I begged my dad to take me to this really nice but turns out super snobby hair salon, and the lady straight up said to me, she's like, look, what you're wanting, it's gonna take a few sessions to get there, so you're not gonna get it after today. And I was only in Christchurch for the school holidays, and I talked up such a big game to everyone at my school that I was like, no, well, I can't go back without, I have to go back with something different to my hair. And so by the time they were done, it literally looked like nothing had changed. It was the most natural tonal tint to the ends, which of course I also got a lot of shit for. When I went back to school, everyone kind of made fun of the fact that nothing looked different, and I'd been going on about it for God knows how long. The other time I dyed my hair, it was after my birthday, and I convinced my brother to buy me some boxed dye from the warehouse, and I got up at stupid o'clock before high school, and again, like, I didn't have the internet, right? So I didn't know what I was doing. I also didn't want to ask anyone for advice, because I didn't want anyone to say to me, hey Eilish, that's a bad idea, you should not do that. So I was like, let me figure it out. They've got instructions for a reason, you know, she'll be right. The same thing happens again. I dye my hair, I look in the mirror, and it looks like nothing has changed. So I tried to dye my brunette hair pink, and it turns out you have to bleach it blonde before you apply a color to it. Otherwise, it's not gonna look like anything. It's just gonna still look like brunette hair and ginger in sunlight. Not even my mom realized that I dyed my hair. I mean, she eventually was like, did you dye your hair? It looks different in the light. But that was about it. So apart from those few moments in my life, I genuinely have never done anything with my hair.
Well, maybe not anything.
What have I done? Let's go say good morning to Mum. Mum! I'm a Visco girl now. Hey, no. You've cut your fringe! Why? Because why not? Oh, I need you to fix it for me, please.
It's unfixable. It's mullet. Why?
You're so mean, Mum.
Why?
Because why not?
Because fringes are a pain in the butt, that's why. You can't do anything with them, they stick out when you don't want them to stick out, and you've got a cowlick. You should never have a fringe when you go to cowlick. Let me have a look then. Tragedy! Da-da-da-da-da!
I brush it, I put it in a ponytail, sometimes a bun, and that is it. Probably don't even use the correct shampoo and conditioner for my hair. Usually when I'm not talking your ear off, this makeup routine only takes me 10 minutes. Because where I'm at in retail, they want you to wear very natural looking makeup. Of course, I am still applying highlighter like it's 2016. My friend just did my eyebrows today. What do you guys think of them? She like cut them. She got like little tiny scissors and cut them. In the future, I would love to be able to dye my hair or chemically straighten it. I want to make one of these one day. They are just so handy and they fit into even the most like smallest, slimmest handbags. And you don't have to go digging in your handbag to find your lip liner or your lipstick. I want to make my own tins to store people's lip kits in. So I change my lip, like my lipstick and my lip liner around most days just to switch it up, but everything else that I've just done stays exactly the same. I also do my bottom lashes, but only because this stuff here is tubing mascara and it doesn't smudge. Everything else gives me such bad panda eyes. Like, oh, such a lifesaver. I feel like I have Addison Rae's eyelashes with this mascara. So yeah, there we have it. That's my everyday makeup routine. That's what I've been doing before I go to work. But you know what? We don't really care about that. We care about the waist length hair that I cut off. Are you ready? I'm still getting used to it. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I love that it's shorter. It's definitely giving me more motivation to try out new styles, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a lot more easier to manage, quicker for my hair to dry, a lot more easier for me to really shampoo my hair so I can wash it out properly and there's not product left and I'm not walking around with half greasy, half bone dry hair. Okay. Being asked to cut my own hair was honestly empowering, but I felt sick with nerves. I just felt so nauseous in the moment, and I really was having a battle in my head. Like, is this the right decision? Am I just making an impulse one? I'm the kind of girl that can get carried away with spontaneity, but I'm like, girl, you have always wanted to grow your hair to your waist. You have been striving to get this length for probably a decade at this point. Yes, I've had a few haircuts in between because it would just get to a point where you can't even put a brush through it. It's just so broken and dry. Even when I got a haircut on like the morning of my hen's day last year, they just cut the split ends off, but I've never had a chomp like this. So I really was running in my head like, is this a good idea, is this not a good idea? But I just had this little voice inside my head that was like, yes, you need this, whether you realize it or not. You need to push yourself. You need to do something that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable to signify change. Like, I want to look in the mirror and see a new Eilish. Not that I'm disregarding the old me. I need the old me. I need to remember those cringe, painful mistakes that I'm absolutely ashamed of, and the things that I used to just black out and block out, particularly a lot with my drinking. I didn't want to sit with those feelings. I didn't want to hear those thoughts in my head. But now I realize that it's actually a lot more stronger and beneficial for me if I sit with those thoughts and those uncomfortable feelings. I think my husband's about to walk through the door with Puppy. Puppy! Puppy Bonyeño! How was Puppy daycare? Bark once if it was good. It was good. She didn't need a bark. I I know, she had a lot of fun. It was just so crazy to me that the people in the hair salon understood the significance of the change, and I was just so in my own head about what I was about to do that honestly I wasn't in a very talkative mood. So I just kind of sat there and tried to like enjoy the moment, be as present as possible about what I was about to do. Yeah, that just caused me to not make my usual conversation. Like even when I get my nails done, I always feel like, oh hey, how was your day today? Today I did not talk to my hairdresser or anything. I just was silent, and he must have said something to the other people that were in the salon, because one of the ladies ended up coming over and was like, are you going through something?
I'm just ready for a change.
Did you go through something in life?
I think.
Go through something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he plaited my hair and gave me the scissors, like pointed to where to cut. And I have this thing where like I agree with people even before I fully process what they've said, and that's just because I'm such a people pleaser. That's got things to do with my past and stuff like that. When he handed me the scissors, it looks like I know what he's talking about. I didn't. I just grabbed the scissors. I probably in that moment thought, oh, he just wants me to hold them for him while he like goes and grabs something else. I did not realize he was meaning snip snap yourself, give yourself the chomp. So it was actually a very empowering moment because I was so nervous, and it really caught me off guard how sharp those scissors was. I honestly didn't even apply that much pressure to the scissors, and it just went I was like, whoa, okay. That's my hair that I'm holding. Yeah, I still feel like I'm getting used to it. I'm not 100% sure about these curtain bangs here. I think I might want them be aligned with my jaw.
Looks good.
Why
are you saying it doesn't?
I don't know.
Takes a little bit to get used to something new. Just give it some time.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything with it. So
But like, do you feel like these bits are too long?
No, I think how they did it was great. Just leave it. Now you're just looking at it too much. You're going, oh, but maybe I didn't like it. Maybe I do it. You do like it. You did it for a reason.
I did do it for a reason, yeah. My life is so different now. Who I am now compared to like not even 4 months ago, unrecognizable. And I just feel like if you're wanting to do something similar, my content is really gonna resonate with you. And I hope that if you're feeling lost or if you just don't know how to get more from your day-to-day, this content can help someone to be like, you know what, I'm gonna try doing something different to try and get more out of my day-to-day. Or you know what, I'm gonna get a little bit of self-awareness and realize that my whole life I've never chosen my hairstyle. I have never really given too much of a thought about the clothes in my wardrobe and how that reflects me and how that reflects like who I'm trying to become. I'm in a really weird stage of life, and if there's anyone out there going through the same thing, this is for you just as much as this content is for me. And I feel like my hair really signifies that. Tell me what you think of it in the comments. Please be nice. I will cry. The next part that I'm going to be working on is showing you guys my daily habits. I want to design my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5. So if that is something that you are interested in, stick around. I am here for you, and this content is coming out as soon as I can hit publish. Love you. Bye. Oh wait, why?
Because I've never seen you with shorter hair. Looks good.
Thank you. I also did some shopping.